prepared speeches. Moyara Rueson is our first speaker. She will be giving her icebreaker entitled Political Naming Conventions. Please welcome Moyara Rueson.
Thank you, Madam Toastmaster. And thank you also to Elizabeth for being the most wonderful mentor. When President Obama was asked about his name during the campaign, he quipped that the name Barack Hussein Obama was clearly given to him by parents who never expected their son to run for president. Clearly, my parents were not thinking along those lines either. Moyara Rueson is not a name that rolls easily off the tongue. Today, I thought I would begin by deconstructing it for you. It's of seemingly indeterminate origin, and I've also been told that my facial features are as well. I have been mistaken for being Jewish, Greek, Italian, Lebanese, Czechoslovakian, Norwegian, and Polish. But interestingly, no one has ever guessed Brazilian. So let's start with my middle name, de Moraes, which is a very common Brazilian or Portuguese name. It's on my birth certificate, but I recently dropped it from my driver's license and social security card completely because the U.S. bureaucracy refuses to ignore prefixes when determining a middle initial or last initial. And I refuse to accept that my middle initial is D. It's M, but I long ago learned that it was hopeless trying to convince anyone of this. The last name is German. It's pronounced Rueson by most Americans, pronounced Rueson by Northern Germans. And it was originally written with an umlaut, but then changed to a UE in transliteration for the English. And Moyara is Tupi Guarani, which is the language of the Guarani Indians, who you may remember from the movie The Mission, starring Jeremy Irons, who portrayed a missionary trying to stop the genocide of these indigenous peoples. The Guarani Indians of southern Brazil were used as slaves by the Spanish and Portuguese conquistadors. And the name that they used to refer to the wife of the slave owner or the senora of the plantation was Moyara. As my mother likes to say, it means lady boss. My brother would say bossy lady. My mother is originally from Brazil, but not of Guarani extraction. She came to the U.S. on a Fulbright scholarship where she met my father, fell in love, got married, had me. And when I was born, she gave him several Brazilian names to choose from, and he simply chose the one that sounded the nicest. Unfortunately, both my first name and last name are unpronounceable and difficult to spell. And yet, like Barack Hussein Obama, I too have political aspirations. Local politics, not national politics. But I do worry that my unusual name could present a challenge. From a very young age, I have wanted to make a positive contribution. Although I was painfully shy when talking to people, I nevertheless found the courage to run in 1972 at the precocious age of 9 for president of my 4th grade class. And I won. Even though I was the youngest in my class, I was quite tall and relatively mature, so age wasn't an issue. My role as class president was a responsibility that I took very, very seriously. And it was something of which I was quite proud. One day, about halfway through the school year, I walked inside the girls' bathroom at my school and noticed several of my classmates throwing bunched up wet paper towels at the bathroom ceiling to watch them stick. If you've ever seen the dried up remnants of this in the ceilings of school bathrooms, you know what I'm talking about. I thought this was fascinating and asked to try it myself. Just as I was about to throw my little wet wad of paper mache up at the ceiling, Hillary, the school tattletale, walked into the bathroom and caught me red-handed. She marched straight to the principal's office to report me. I didn't deny it, I confessed, and was told that I would need to resign as fourth grade class president immediately. But first, I had to draft and deliver a resignation speech to the school. And this was even before Nixon had to do something. It was humiliating. You know, now it's a risible story, but back then it was traumatic. I cried, but I went through with it. And I didn't muster for or speak in graduate with my political hopes and aspirations dashed before I even hit puberty. I considered many alternative professions. I flirted with the idea of becoming an astronaut, a teacher, a businesswoman, and an archaeologist. And my strong-willed mother was determined that I go into medicine like her. And in my partially failed attempt to dodge the professional path that she laid out for me, I found myself doing biostatistics research in the Middle East for the Bahraini Ministry of Health 22 years ago. And now I have a career in counterterrorism financing. Go figure. But that's another story for another day and another speech. This year I'm on sabbatical, and once again I've been asking myself, what do I really want to do when I grow up? Well, politics. My inclination to run for political office is one of the things that prompted me to join this illustrious group. And I hope to hone my public speaking skills and over the coming months and years earn your vote. Thank you.